another video. Did you see the thumbnail in the title of this video? Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Well, actually I don't know if it's gonna be a good one. I haven't tasted the brownies yet. We are gonna be doing something that we're not supposed to be doing, okay? The recipe I am sharing with you today is not mine. I don't want to take credit for it. This is the Vegan 8 recipe. It is her peppermint brownie recipe. They look amazing on Instagram. If you're not following her, I highly recommend that you do. She has great recipes, really fun Instagram account, but this is her recipe. And she specifically says in the directions, do not change one part of this thing. You have to do everything specific, just like I am telling you here. I mean, down to like wetting your fingers and smoothing out the batter before you put it in the oven. But I'm changing up a few things to make these lower in fat, lower in calories for me and for you. So I'm not sure how they're gonna come out, because she says the almond butter is the most important part of this recipe, and I believe her. But we're not using almond butter. We're not gonna be using a cup of almond butter. We're gonna be doing 1 cup of my PB2 hack. If you don't know what my PB2 hack is, you got to stick around to see what it is, because it is a way that you can have a nut butter, a smooth, creamy nut butter, and not all the fat and calories. Also, you're gonna wanna stick around to see how these come out, because I really have no idea what they're gonna taste like with the PB2 hack. Are they gonna be good? Or will they not come out very great, like the Vegan 8 says? Or she doesn't really say they won't come out great. She just says if you want these to be as good as hers came out, you gotta follow every single thing that she does. So anyway, I'm excited to show this to you. And yes, I know I have like a ski cap on and my jacket inside in my house. Yesterday and today are like the 2 coldest days that we've gotten here in Austin, maybe even in Texas. And after tomorrow or after today, it's gonna get back in the 70s, and I think it's even gonna be 80 degrees on Christmas Day. So I pulled out all my winter gear. My house is freezing. I have huge 21-foot ceilings, and my windows go up that high, and I don't have any curtains on there. So my house stays pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and snuggle up wearing this gear. Yeah. All right, so let's get into the recipe, shall we? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is make our PB2 hack that we're gonna add into here, a cup of it. Now this is PB2 powder. You can get it on Amazon, actually both here in America and over in the UK, I believe Australia as well. So look for that on Amazon. I'm going to be using a regular tablespoon of peanut butter. Now this is important for this because you can just put powder and add water and make like a paste, but it's not gonna taste as good. You have to add some type of the real nut butter. So I'm doing 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and then I add at the end of all this about 5 to 6 tablespoons of PB2, and then you add water in there until you get the consistency that you want. Now the Vegan 8 says you want this to be really drippy, so I just added water until I got this consistency right here. And we need about a cup of it. So once I get the amount that I need, I'm gonna start mixing our wet ingredients. So I'm putting in the PB2 mix. I'm putting in 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of mint extract, or peppermint extract actually, and you're gonna wanna mix this really, really well so that everything is mixed together and blended well, I should say. Then we're just gonna set that aside and combine our dry ingredients. So I'm using 1/4 of a cup of flaxseed, 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch, 1/2 of a cup of unsweet cocoa powder, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a little bit of sea salt, and then you want to mix this really well too. I went ahead and just used my hand because I feel like that's the best way to do it. You want to combine the wet and dry ingredients. Now this is going to be a little watery at first. Don't worry, just keep mixing it and it will get thick like you need it. And then after we mix it, the Veganate adds 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet dairy-free chocolate chips, so just vegan chocolate chips. But I'm going to kind of scale back a little bit on that and add just 1/2 a cup of the vegan chocolate chips. And then just mix that really well. And then we're gonna go ahead and add this to a baking dish lined with parchment paper. Now, I always love to put clips on here. I don't bake it like this, but I just can't stand how parchment paper doesn't lay flat. So I get it flat, put the clips on there, and then you're just gonna scoop your mixture into the dish. Now, this will be really thick, so don't worry about that. You're just gonna have to work with it. Scoop it all in there, spread it out best as you can. I used just a spoon. I actually wet the spoon a little bit with water, and then it helped me spread it more. And then the Veganate mentions you want to make sure you wet your fingertips really well to smooth the top so it cooks evenly. And I did that, and I gotta say it did cook pretty well. So after we're done doing that, you put this in the oven, bake it at 350 degrees. Now you can do this anywhere from 22 to 25 minutes, she says. Hers cooked perfectly at 23 minutes and so did mine, but every oven's different, so you're gonna wanna keep an eye on it. Now when it came out, you want to, I hurried up and I sprinkled the peppermint, the crushed peppermints on top. I did read later on, she said you want to actually let this cool in the baking dish. So I probably should have sprinkled the peppermints on there in the baking dish, but I went ahead and put this back in there and let it cool for 30 minutes. I know it can be hard, but you're gonna wanna have patience for this. So I set the timer for 30 minutes and waited. Okay. These have cooled for 30 minutes inside the pan, and the Veganate says on her recipe that no matter how hard it is to wait, it pays off to let them cool in the pan you baked them in and then put them in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I don't want to wait any longer, but we're gonna follow the directions. So I'm gonna go put these in the refrigerator, let them cool for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna cut into these and taste them. I cannot wait. And while those cool, let's clean up my messy kitchen and talk about how I typically eat desserts and still lose weight, okay? Now, if you want me to go into real detail on this, I highly recommend you check out my or really there's one. I have 2 desserts for weight loss videos, but one of them I go into real detail on how I'm able to lose weight and still enjoy desserts quite a bit. So I'll go ahead and link that video up above and in the description box, so watch that. But I can just tell you now, I don't deprive myself of anything. If I want a dessert, I'm gonna eat a dessert. I typically make sure though that that dessert is part of my meal. So I can kind of include it in the overall calories that I'm eating for that meal. I do not count calories at all, but I'm just kind of aware in my mind. I also don't want to eat that dessert, which is probably higher in calories than a piece of fruit would be. If I was to eat that dessert in between lunch and let's say dinner, I'm adding more calories to my daily caloric intake for the day. So I just find it's easier for me to still enjoy desserts if I make it part of a meal. And the way I do that is, let's say I'm eating brownies. I really just want to have brownies really bad. Then I'll have, 2 or 3 of them with a huge side of broccoli, or a big giant salad with a lot of broccoli in there, or a little bit of beans. I make it part of a meal. So I'll make the dessert, since that's probably the higher calorie thing of my meal, I'll have a little bit of that. And then I'll have a really big non-starchy veggie on the side that's lower in calories but full of fiber and something that's gonna fill my stomach up. Does that make sense? Again, I went ahead and linked the video in the description box, but now for Christmas, I don't necessarily do that. I will have the dessert, which hopefully will be these brownies. I'll be making them again. I'll have them, you know, when my family's coming in town, so when everyone has dessert, I'll have those with there. I'm not gonna be concerned with making dessert part of my meal. That doesn't sound any fun for the holidays. But so for Christmas Day, I will just, you know, eat dessert when everyone else is just eating dessert. Okay, y'all, I had to take my jacket off because I was getting a little hot watching all this get all ready for me to eat. Look at this, how delicious. Do you see this yummy fudginess? Oh, let's test it out. That's so good. I can't imagine how this could taste any better. I'm sure it does with the whole cup of almond butter, but oh my gosh, you guys, for a treat, for Christmas, this is amazing. I highly recommend it. Is that good? Doesn't it taste like
that's really
like
good.
A bakery dessert?
Yeah, that's really good.
I know. So let's talk calories and fat really quick. Because I want to say this, you eat these any way you want. It's Christmas, okay? Who cares? Well, I mean, I do still care about my health, and I hope you do too. I'm not just throwing everything, you know, out the door. But, you know, enjoy yourself. If you want to use a cup of almond butter, use a cup of almond butter. But I do want to let you know, because I know you guys watch this channel for your health and for weight loss. So I do want to let you know the difference in calories and fat really quick. Let me grab my paper. Okay, I had to grab this because it's a lot of info here. So I'm gonna let you figure out the calories with the almond butter, but I can tell you this. 1 cup of almond butter has 1,534 calories about. It also has 139 grams of fat. Now, the PB2 hack that we used for this recipe has 245 calories. So instead of 1,534 calories, we're only using 245 calories of my peanut butter hack, and 12.2 grams of fat versus 139 grams of fat. That is a huge difference, okay? So I calculated roughly, you guys, I'm sure that it's a little off, but basically the calories for 1 brownie with the PB2 hack are 135 calories, 4.6 grams of fat. So for me, you know, that's okay. It's Christmas. I'm gonna eat the brownies. Even if it wasn't Christmas, you know, and I really, really wanted these brownies, I'd probably have 2 of them and then a huge side of broccoli to really fill me up. But yeah, that's what we got. But again, listen, this is just what I do, and I'm just sharing this information with you. Here's what I'm eating for Christmas, and here's how I'm eating it. You need to do what's best for you. If you want to make these amazing, amazing brownies with the almond butter, which I'm sure is so good, go for it. You know, just know that there's going to be more calories and more fat in each brownie. But, oh man, I'm telling you, with the PB2 hack, it is so, so good. I'm so excited. Family, if you're watching, we're having this for one of the desserts. I can't wait to share it with you. Yeah, delicious. Okay, so that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop in the comments if you are gonna try these for Christmas or for whenever. If you have tried them, what you think of them, I would love to hear. Also, if you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. I don't typically do recipes, like one-off recipes on desserts, but I know the last time I did with these fudgy brownies, I'll link them up above and in the description, you guys seem to like that. It got a pretty good amount of views, so I'm hoping the same thing happens for this one. Make sure you like and comment and share with your friends so they have something yummy and lower in fat and lower in calories for the holiday season too. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a great holiday, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. If I'm missing what you celebrate, I'm sorry. I just hope your day is happy. And I'll be seeing you guys next Monday. Can't wait for the new year. Hopefully it's gonna be amazing. Okay, talk to y'all soon. Bye.